Now, I know from some experience that the longer you're in government, the harder it is to stay there. After a while, no matter how good a job you may think you've done, even though a lot of people never think you do a good job, roughly 50% of the population most of the time didn't think I'd done a good job. That was understandable. That's the nature of a democracy. The longer you're in power, the harder it gets. But when you think of the challenges that Scott Morrison has faced over the last 3 years, the pandemic, the terrible consequences around the world of the criminal invasion of Ukraine by Russia, the challenges of economic change, the more aggressive stance being taken by China in our part of the world. And I'm very conscious that Australia now has 1.4 million of our citizens who are of Chinese ancestry, and they've made a wonderful contribution to our country. And Chinese, collectively so described, is now the largest spoken foreign language in Australia, and they are a treasured part of our community. And our criticism of the policies of the Chinese Communist Party government is in no way a criticism of Chinese people within our community, because their allegiance, I know, is first and foremost to our country, the country that is their home and the country that they have made their home with great affection and great strength. But what we have called out is not the Chinese people. We have wonderful people-to-people links. We've called out a regime which has become more hostile to our interests. I dealt with two Chinese presidents, President Jiang Zemin and President Hu Jintao. And I've never forgotten 2 days in October 2003, when on the first day, a joint sitting of the House of Representatives and the Senate was addressed by George W. Bush, the President of the United States. And the next day, the same joint sitting was addressed by President Hu Jintao. And that was a sign to me, to the Australian people and to the world that Australia could have close and friendly relations with both of those nations. Now, our relations with the United States will always be closer than many other countries simply because of a past history and shared values. But the fact that we comfortably receive both of those leaders in the same forum with the same degree of respect and the same sense of dignity and honour indicates that this is a country that seeks friends, that seeks cooperation not only with our long-standing traditional allies such as the United States, but also with China, a country that has contributed, because of the immigrants that have come here over the years, so much to the growth and development not only of Australia generally, particularly of Sydney and here in the electorate of Bennelong.